Hey guys, Dan here from Commit. Let's talk about getting your roster set up in the Commit Team Suite today. So, if you're coming from the Commit Performance Suite platform, we already know you're going to sign in with your existing username, email address, and password, and we know what your training groups are inside that system. So this is going to select which of those fall underneath, it might just be one, fall underneath your actual club team that's going to be using the team suite. So you might have different training groups that fall under it and some of them that don't. Maybe you coach a master's team on the side. That one you don't want to include. Whatever your situation is, you just X out the ones that aren't and you select the ones that are. And then you name your actual team. When you create your team, you'll notice then we take you through a few onboarding steps. We're just going to talk about roster today, and I'm actually going to go through and skip these steps for the purposes of this video so I can show you what the roster looks like on the real page. So when we go to roster, you'll notice I have 3 swimmers here that were from my Commit Workouts or Performance Suite account. If I go over here to my Commit Vikings training group on the workout side, those are the swimmers that got brought over. Now, if you have a way to export a high-tech Team Manager CL2 file, do that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, but you know how to export some sort of stuff from high-tech Team Manager, I don't blame you. Shoot us over a file, and we'll make sure it's the right one and maybe even do the import for you. But at that point, what you can do is click on Import Roster, import that CL2 file. We'll give you a preview of everyone that's going to import, their birthdays, gender, etc. And you notice here what I did was I lined up a couple names. So Aiden Anderson matches this swimmer. Will Dingman does not match any swimmers. And M. Yang is short for Emily Yang. So we're going to observe what happens to each of these when we have name matches from our existing Performance Suite platform. Let's add the athletes. Okay, so what happened here? So we made 2 different Emily Yangs as expected. The names don't match. We don't have birthday information or USA Swimming ID or anything for M. Yang, so there's no reason to match. Will was a swimmer on the Commit Performance Suite that wasn't in my file, so he's still here. And then we had Aiden Anderson, who we successfully lined up with the existing swimmer. Now, if we navigate over to our Workouts app, as you can see, I didn't even have to refresh the page, and we're already synced up with the training group that I selected as underneath. So here, there's not 2 Aidens. Everyone's the same here as they are here. No duplicates, nothing like that. Now, what we'll do is I'll show you how to merge these. So if we select M and Emily, and we click Merge, and we're going to choose the one, the Emily that has the birth date and the full name, because that's what's going to be matched from any other sort of like results file or anything else you import. But before I do that, let me show you something else. So we have one workout here in which M. Yang attended. We also can check that on this attendance report where we see M. Yang here, and on our training dashboard, if we search, we note there's a workout with 1,000 yards. Now, with this merge, we don't want to lose that data. We want to make sure that we're merging all the information over. So we go ahead and we click Merge. There, now we're left with one Emily Yang, the other one disappeared. And on the Commit Performance Suite side, if we go to this workout, we should see Emily Yang is attending. So M. Yang no longer is on the roster, but Emily Yang was there. And if we come back to training and we do the same thing, M. Yang won't even show up. And here we have Emily. She swam the workout now. Okay, so that's how so if you're coming from Commit Workouts, we'll have your roster there. If you import swimmers, we'll do our best to line them up. If we can't, you can always merge them, and you know that the data is safe. You can always create a new swimmer here if there are swimmers who aren't in your file but are on your team, and you had them inside of Command Workouts like Will, you can now go in here and change their birthday. So if I want to make Will's birthday May 17th, 2010, go ahead and do that. Now heading back out to the roster. So what we have here is a imported roster. Now, if you have a roster from Team Unify, what we're going to ask you to do is, and that's the only way you can get your roster, either add us to your Team Unify account temporarily and we can export it and do an import, or just export it into Excel with all the fields that you want to keep, send it to us, and we will do a custom import for you, no problem. So that's how you get your roster set up. We'll have another video about how to manage each individual swimmer and go over what this not connected thing means, how to manage your tags. Everything else to do with roster management and an individual swimmer will happen in another video. Thank you.